All right, so we're on my 1v1 game here, heading into turn for US 2, Japan 2. He bought 4 infantries, 2 artilleries in a complex, so that means he does still only have 2 transports, but he does have the complex now. So again, succeeded in slowing Japan down, although it almost doesn't even feel like it. Look, I mean, he's already got 4 guys coming up here, and he's got 4 guys in here, so he's done very well with pushing with what he did have. These guys, no transport down here, so this is all just to scare my UK fleet and prevent me from doing some sort of drop or some crazy play, which, let's face it, he knows I'm willing to do. Um, Again, my main goal hope is to hold the Suez and be able to sneak my carrier in through there. Um, that may not be done easily, to say the least. Um, he will have, kind of like in the, well, I think I said it in the doing 2 games at once here, doing the team game and this one. I'm gonna get my games confused since they started out so familiar. But I think I already said it in the other game. But he'll be able to attack TJ, but to really make it successful, he's gonna want to have his bomber come along, and he'd have to land his bomber down here, where I would have a stack, and I'm also gonna have my US sitting in here where they can hit either one of these. So if he decides to try to open this Suez, it's gonna cost him his bomber to do so. Basically, is where I'm going at with that. So hoping that maybe we can hold on to it. So it's going to be putting a U.S. fighter at risk, unfortunately. Not ideal, but kind of needed. Egypt, I'm going to add a U.S. fighter to there. That one should be relatively safe, though. Um, with the infantry, artillery, tank, and fighter, we should be feeling pretty good because he'll have the battleship transport and bomber so that can hit it. So I feel safer there. Not as safe in TJ, but it will be a costly battle for him to do so. So we're gonna go for it. I mean, I even though I slowed Japan down, I do feel way behind in this game because of this mess here and my goof up. So that being said, we are going to take the strategy of stacking Kaza. We can't stack West Russia. I'm hoping to softly dead zone it as the best way I can put it. Um, it's going to take some risk, but again, I feel like in this game I'm going to have to take risk. So purchasing units. Um, I'm getting myself 2 transports. I need 4 guys here. None of these transports do I expect to come back next turn, so I don't need to build for them at all to meet up here this turn. So buying 4 units, buying 2 transports, and I just kept looking at the board because of the lack of the UK guy. I just feel like I was debating on another third transport versus a carrier, and because UK has no fighters over here, and they're all down here, and they're going to continue to be down here. It's going to take at least 2 turns till the UK actually, 1 turn to build a carrier, 1 turn to build fighters, and then finally to move it. So the UK has been slowed down quite a bit by this too. So at least with the US, a carrier coming in on US2, US3, US4, which means UK4, they can be going here, which is 1 turn faster than UK building the transport here. So, or excuse me, aircraft carrier and fighters across 2 turns. So, anyways, I'm going to go ahead and build the carrier for the US. I hate wasting that kind of money when I really need to get as many ground units into Europe as quickly as possible because I could be getting another transport right now, but my gut's telling me I'm going to need that extra carrier, even though I'm hoping to save this carrier at the same time. So there's our buy. will do the classic sacrifice to Norway. I am going to risk a bomber on an infantry. I'm just going to do it, and I'm just going to leave it at that. We're going to come up to back to Morocco with a little bit of firepower. I got my map note. I'm going to remember to put my cruiser up there at least. So that's going to give me 2 infantry, 2 AAs going up here for those 2 transports. So hopefully, maybe luckily, we'll be able to get here. And if he only has the 1 bomber, we can move them up next turn. But obviously, if he moves his fighter into Karelia, then that's going to dead zone C Zone 3. And if he stacks either France or Northwest Europe, 8 will be dead zone 2. So unless I don't go into the Mediterranean. So he's got me in a kind of a bit of a tough situation logistically, shipping wise as well, unfortunately. But it is what it is, and we're just gonna play with what we got. I believe that's everything. No threat on Alaska anymore. Not that I really felt there was a threat to begin with. I need this fighter to stay here, so although normally I would try to take a shot at that and then drop my fighter there, or even use it to help make sure we get the hit in Ukraine, neither of those gets the fighter back to here to help hold the Suez open. So here we go. Let's get the hit, and they miss. Threes and fours are good numbers as combat. Uh, 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 dang it. Well, that's what happens when the bomber misses twice. That's everything there. Mm, so we could do this, what? 3 artillery, 4 infantry. Give me a little more firepower. I go to dead zone. Those guys. just feel like I'm going to need every unit I can get on the table. I'm not going to pull out the calculator. We're just going to go with the 8 infantry. Oh my goodness. Deep breath. Thank you. Thank you. I do need to be careful because the battleship can still hit Caucasus, but at the same time, I want to stack Kaza and still be able to threaten West Russia as well as help Arch up here. Let's see, do I really care about that infantry and Arch? I think I kind of care, but he can do infantry, tank, bomber to hit here, so I don't know that that's a good idea. Unless I want to put all 3 in here because he could easily bomber and infantry and even move his tanks around. So I think we're going to go here instead. Alright, well, that looks good enough to me. Alright, there we go. I don't know that there has been any progress on the other game right now, so there's nothing new to show on the team game. So we're going to call it here for tonight.